Recording in progress.
So everybody turn your microphones on.
All right, I think we're good to get started. Looks like we've got our technical difficulties under control. We're going to swear Matt in at the next meeting. Is that what Oh, you got it. Okay. All right. We're going to call it to order, and then the first order of business, we need to swear Matt Metzger in to join our commission.
Says I state your name.
Matt Metzger.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
Yes.
and the state of Indiana and the laws of the United States and the state of Indiana. I will faithfully execute the duties of my appointment to the best of my skill and ability.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. To
Thank you. All right.
Okay. Looks like we have first on the agenda the Kosciuszko County Fairgrounds for the 9th Annual Rockin' Barbecue.
Hello, my name is Kevin Harris. I represent the Kosciuszko County Fair Association. I'm here with the permission of the Fair Board. And we're asking for $2,500 for our 9th Annual Rockin' Barbecue. We'll use the money to enhance our prize money in hopes that it will bring more competitors to our competition. We have competitors come from all over the country. We have judges that judge the barbecue competition. They come from all over the country. They use our hotels. It's a 2-day competition for the judges. They come in on Friday and judge one competition. They stay over till Saturday and they judge another competition. The cooks, the competitors that come in, they start coming in on Wednesday. So they're here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They use our stores. They use our fairgrounds. They use our restaurants. They're big on the restaurants. I have a little change that I would like to make. I had missed I believe it was the March meeting. I had missed the March meeting when I had come forward with this proposal. And our barbecue is next weekend. So we probably don't have enough time to get the enhanced prize money out so we can get more competitors. But we're also having another barbecue in August. We're actually having 2 competitions in August, one on the 12th and one on the 26th, 25th and 26th. So I'd like to move that money to the 25th and 26th to enhance that competition.
Do you do any kind of marketing for that, and where do you market for the event?
These all are registered KCBS members, and we market through the KCBS. They have a web page, and we list our competition on the web page. The benefits that we have to the community is that the judges use our hotels. I have confirmed that probably 6 or 7 of our judges have already booked hotel rooms. We have a total of 48 coming in. Our competitors, like I stated before, they use the restaurants, they use the stores. So there's some marketing through us to them, which stores to use, which places to go. The benefit to this committee or the Visitation Bureau is that we will announce at all of our meetings, organizational meetings, and judges and competitors meetings that you are a sponsor of our competition. You will go in our fair book, all of our sponsors through all of our events through the year. Go in our fair book. You will be mentioned in our fair book as sponsors for the fairgrounds. And in the August competition, your logo or name will be on T-shirts if we decide to print T-shirts.
Has this grown as the years have gone by? Because this is the 9th one. Have the amount of people coming in?
The very first couple of years we struggled. We didn't have enough monies coming in. After the third or fourth year, we had some backers, not really sponsors, but people that come in and back us that are in the barbecue community because they like our venue. They think it's a beautiful venue. There's plenty of power and water for them to run their equipment. So this year we have approximately 34 teams coming in the COVID year, the 2019. We were one of the only competitions that ran, and we ran actually a 3-day event, and we had close to 70 teams on both days. So that was big for us then. Unfortunately, our May competition this year falls on the same day as a big competition in Memphis. It's called Memphis in May. I don't know if you're aware of the barbecue world, but we lost some competitors to that. We've already started advertising for the August competition. I have flyers if you'd like to see them.
That's what I'm talking about, like things like that. What the cost for producing, because a lot of what we do with our grants here has to do with the marketing and where we're putting those and where we're reaching out to try and get people to be a part of it. So you do some of that. You're saying there's flyers and there's.
I have
Okay.
flyers for all 3 competitions.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Let me take a look.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the.
That's where we're trying to find.
Prize money,
Correct.
that would be a no.
We
from
can't
us. It's
fund
just not
things like
something
that,
we can
but I'm
do.
trying to dig a little deeper and
We're
see if
trying to
there's
look at-
somewhere, right.
And what you're doing, how can we assist with marketing dollars? and
Right, things
infrastructure
maybe you've
things?
already spent that we can have receipts that we could be a part of too, since it's coming so quickly for the May one.
Okay, well, I have to tell you that these are not open to the public. The competitions are not open to the public. So they're just open to the competitors, and like I said, the benefit to the community is through the competitors
Sure.
and the judges using our hotels and our restaurants.
Right,
and
but you do
stores.
some marketing to gather them to come in,
Yes,
correct? And the
yes.
teams, and they may bring in some people to the venues. That's what I'm talking about. I want to see something like that we might be able to do something with funding.
Okay. Flyers, competition, coming up. I have more, if you want me to pass more out, okay.
Yeah. Is this something that's not allowed to be for the public, or is it something that down the line could possibly be opened up to the public?
The first 3 years that we held the competition, we had it open to the public. We had other events going on, craft shows. We had some bounce houses for the kids. We had some other non-for-profit organizations come out so they could recruit for their non-for-profit organizations, and
Wasn't successful?
it wasn't very successful at all. So that was costing us money to do that, so we dropped that part and we just went with the competitions, and they seem to be more successful. Like I said, in 2019, we had 70 teams.
What's a team look like? I mean, 2 people, 4 people?
A typical team would probably be between 3 and 4 people. They come in campers. They have some of them have motor homes and they pull a trailer behind them, and they have their smokers on there. They cook. The competition on Friday is just a 1-meat competition, which is just ribs. The competition, which is called a Master Series on Saturday, is chicken, ribs, pulled pork, and brisket. They also have ancillary categories where they do desserts.
Where do you distribute your flyers?
I go to out-of-town competitions and distribute the flyers out there
Okay.
to bring those competitors and the judges that are at those competitions to ours. Just last weekend, I was in Westland, Michigan, for a competition and distributed flyers. Next week, I believe we're going to a state competition in Michigan to distribute flyers.
And you said you thought you'd have 40 teams? Is that what you said?
We budgeted this year for 40 teams.
Okay,
We have
so you're talking about 160 people.
30 rib teams and
Okay, so
10
34,
ancillary
so
category
120
teams.
if you had it
We're
good.
pretty close to the mark. We're still gathering teams. Some don't like to come forward till the very last.
Sure.
For our May competition, we're anticipating close to 50 teams and 60 judges for our August competition, and then the state competition, which is in the 1st of August. We're anticipating that to be pretty big too, because we're advertising that in Memphis. We're also advertising the other 2 competitions in Memphis next weekend.
So moving forward, or like to not compete with the Memphis thing, you change the date for like 2024 to not coincide.
Or are
with
we
the same
changing
date.
our dates? That's to be determined. We're gonna see how our August event goes, and then we'll just knock back to 1 event a year with the barbecue. The state competition always stays in the 1st of August. We have a lot of repeat offenders, I'll call them, that come back year after year.
Right.
And a lot of them don't go to the Memphis competition. They like coming here. They think our fairgrounds is beautiful. And we're just, and this is a fundraiser for our fairgrounds.
Do you get a lot of, I know you said it's not open to the public, I'm assuming that's just to compete, but do you get a lot of spectators that like to just come and watch?
Yeah, we have a lot of walkthrough.
Do you have a number, like a guesstimate?
I would say in the last couple of years, it's kind of hard because nobody comes out for anything.
Right.
So I'm assuming that a couple hundred will walk through.
Okay.
You think it's all local or possibly people from 2 hours away, 3 hours away?
I don't believe people from 2 or
Okay.
3 hours away would come to walk through. But people
Okay.
see things going on at the fairgrounds, and they come,
Okay.
and they just to investigate. But, and obviously,
You
there's,
get the sample?
yes.
Rock on.
There we go. Now you're interested, aren't you?
Just
How do we make this happen?
yeah,
Sign me up. What day is that?
just a thought on this May event. That's the same weekend as the Fat and Skinny, so there's going to be a lot of people in town. I see
A
if you don't,
potential.
right, a potential to invite the public just to sample or to see that. And I think, even collaborating moving forward, maybe next year, that's a huge opportunity.
That is a huge draw. Maybe coordinated.
Because I don't know how many people that event gets, but it's the biggest event that we host as a community
It's huge.
every year. So
Yeah.
We could add a couple of different events, possibly next year, possibly the August. We're pretty much set in stone for our May one because it is
Right.
next weekend.
I think what you're saying is next year to try to coordinate that where it's the same, like make you've got flyers or something where you did open maybe just one of them to the public that already has, the people are here, and if you tell them they will come, kind of
Right.
thing, because I think they would. I think this is a great draw for something like that.
Is that uptown?
It's Winona Lake.
Oh,
it's,
really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's downtown Friday night and then Winona
It's a
Lake.
huge draw
I
for the
mean,
hotels.
It's
Yeah.
the biggest event that our community hosts every year.
Right.
So that's.
It's a
yeah.
huge, you're right there at the same time. I agree. I think it'd be a great,
It's already a lot of people from out of our area, so
Yeah.
it would, yeah.
they'd probably
That's
really
actually-
enjoy it.
Like I said, that's something we can investigate in
Right.
next year. You could keep your event where you have it now, but we would probably want to keep the barbecue at the fairgrounds.
Oh, yeah, but it's not that
Okay.
far away. Like
Yeah,
if I'm
half a mile.
there, I
Okay.
mean, I would ride my bike, you know what I mean? And go, let's get some barbecue.
Well-
Because we have the infrastructure
Yeah,
to host the event
absolutely.
there. I know a lot of places don't have infrastructure and generators are
No, I
running.
think it's a
and
great
hoses are
location
running
for it.
everywhere.
think it's
But
a
we
good-
have the
yeah.
infrastructure to host that. We have the infrastructure to host up to 70, 80 teams.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve a $500 grant. Looking at the expenses that they've got advertising listed
Right.
as part of their miscellaneous.
That's the part that we can,
And I don't care, I guess it could be used for May, even though you've already done it, or August.
So we have
or
receipt
the
for
fairground, advertising grant of $500.
right.
Again, it's in their numbers, which is right where we need to be, so I'll make that motion.
All in
So,
favor?
We got any
We
other
had a-
discussion? I mean, anybody want to talk about that? Sounds good. Could be more or less. I don't care, I'm throwing it out so we get the
Based
ball
on how
rolling.
we fund for specific,
I think that's a good number to start, and
Okay.
then next.
And then,
you know,
yeah,
moving
again,
forward,
come
I think
back.
There's a lot of opportunity.
I mean, there's a
there,
lot
so-
of opportunity, like he said, and come back to us, and then, yeah, let's get to that number where we're putting it out there for maybe one event for the community even.
Okay.
So all in favor for that, for 500? Aye?
Aye.
Aye. All right,
Thank you.
$500. You're welcome. Thank you for bringing this to us.
Okay. is it okay if I leave? I have to get back to
Oh,
work.
absolutely.
You want me to say? Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Thank you
coming.
very much.
Don't
Thank you.
forget about us. All right, next it looks like we have the wagon wheel up here for phase 2.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
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 First, I want to say my lovely intern from Butler University, what she's giving you is a packet, and also connected to that is a thank you card, because that's where I'm going to start off before I go and ask. My grandfather always told me you think before you ask. Okay?
Wise man.
Wise man, he was. So I want to thank you all. I can't believe how time has passed so that I'm standing here again to give a super duper update of our White Hill project that started last year. I am truly, Wagon Wheel is truly blessed that we have a council that you all believed in us. And like I told you when I stood before you before, that I'm a woman of my word. And I brought the facts to you that, first of all, our website is up and running, and it is amazing. If you have not been on, please go on and enjoy. We've had an amazing partnership with the Visitors Bureau. They absolutely love it. They gave their input of what to put on there in our plan, our visit, which has expanded from what our old website that did not have that now, and it is working tremendously for our organization. So thank you for that. And then not only that, but our White Hill project, phase 1 that we are now housing our, I get full, our actors this summer. You saved us this summer from the crunches, and I just want to thank you for that they are able to be in the houses, safe, livable, and everything. But life happens. This morning, my right hand from Milestone Construction, Thomas, could not be here today. His father had to have an emergency open heart surgery on yesterday, and right now they're in Ohio, so send prayers up for him. But what he did do, because how much people love Wagon Wheel and how much Milestone believes in this partnership, he sent over his information, and he said he will be sending an official letter in this capacity. But he wanted me to start off with this. Good morning, KCCRVC Board. Thank you for considering the White Hill Phase 2 proposal for life and safety improvements. This facility is a great asset for the Wagon Wheel Center for the Arts, and we are excited to have been able to help and prepare it for tenants for the upcoming summer season. I apologize that I cannot be in attendance this morning, but I had to go for a family emergency surgery. The White Hill project, phase 1 work is complete except for the final touches of the roof. We propose making life safety improvements inside so the facility can be utilized for many years to come. New windows that operate will not only protect the building from weather and water intrusion, but also provide the ability for tenants to escape in an event of a fire or any other dangers coming up. Updating the plumbing and adding the shutoff valves for the maintenance use are critical to continuing the use and maintaining the building. We completed the repairs to the bathrooms to reduce the risk of leaks and replace leaks in facility fixtures. Thank you so much, and I wish I could be there to stand beside my right hand, Lakeisha, but kind regards, and I will be sending this in an official letter of capacity. So right now, where White Hill is that we're ready to go on, because like I told you all, I should never stand before you and ask you about the roof ever again in life. At least the 75 years that the copper is supposed to be. We won't be here, none of us. What Milestone has done in this is prepared us for the sustainability of this building. The next phase that we're going into that they would like to do is complete a maintenance plan for us in moving forward. Because like we stated to you all earlier with the historical fact that this building is historical and was gifted to us. And we want to make sure that it is maintained in every step that we have done. Because like we told you in phase one opened up what phase two would have been. Because we had to get in there. And what they did was they saved a lot of the historical slate that was really, really good, because it's a good house. It really is. But what they did in adding the copper made it sustain even longer than just ripping those slates out that are not made anymore. And they were able to preserve it. And also going in because bats were able to get in and make these holes and nests and birds. We had all of that. As you can see in the pictures of what the before and what the after is of it. I do propose to this council that you all do come out to the wagon wheel. I would love for you all to see it for yourselves. I think right now the community and everyone coming to see the vulnerability of why Wagon Wheel needs to be preserved and where it is. Yes, we keep it going and everything that we do, but our facilities have to upkeep because it is crumbling, and that is the honest to God truth. And starting with White Hill, like we have proposed to you all, saves us money. It helps us to expand without having to cut cast down because we accommodate them coming in. Now there will be another phase three, but that's the fun part of the project. That's picking out wallpaper. Which by that time, I won't be standing before you in phase three, because by then the plan is that we should be generating revenue now from the money that we've saved from the investments that you all have invested in us to get that comeback. Because the next phase in phase three is our amazing conservatory program, because by then, as you look, and I can share with you all in our strategic plan, the setup is for our conservatory to have overnight camps and have overnight staff, and that generates revenue for us to come in. So I should not be coming. We do not plan. Milestone and I do not plan on coming in for phase three. You all can be like, yes. But phase one and phase two are the nuts and bolts to stop the big issues of it that saves us so that we can prepare. Yes, have we asked for other avenues of money? Absolutely, which in support of programming, because we had to be strategic and smart of who we're asking money from and who's going to support what. And a lot of grants right now that's happening is program support. Our conservatory program is growing, and people in the state are believing in us to do this and supporting it. But we have to have a facility. If we don't have a facility, we can't have any programs. So it goes hand in hand with that. Also in your packet that you have is still the statistics that will go in, and this is from the Bureau that's coming of what we're projecting and what has happened in this past year with our patron demographics and how and what our reach has been. Yes, there has been an increase since our website has gone up. It has helped the traffic not slowing down. People are able to get more information, not only about the wagon wheel, but like I said, about our county and what's happening. Because I'm a strong believer in the Kosciuszko by choice, because that's why I'm here, by choice. And I believe in this county, and I just want this facility, I want the Wagon Wheel Center for the Arts to sustain for years to come, because like I told you all last year, every decision that's made right now is going to count 10 years from now. And the decision that this council, and that's why I gave you all personal thank you cards, it matters and it counts, and you have become embedded into our story of sustainability of what the citizens of this city wants and surrounding counties that we serve. And Holly, our lovely finance director. If you have any, I always have to have my money with me. If you have any questions about where we go from here or the breakdown, which I broke it down inside the proposal to you all, because like I told you all, I'm a money girl too, and I want you all to see where your investment is going and the turnaround on that. With it, that this is not just something, a year project, this is something that's going to help sustain us and make the wagon wheel move forward positively and sustainably for years to come.
Can I add something to that?
Yes.
I think when you look at the breakdown, one of the things that stands out is when we talked about, Lakeisha talked about, we did fix some plumbing issues within inside. Those were immediate needs because we had water coming through the roofs, and some of that was from the plumbing. So what we found is, though, like any old house of 100 years of age, when we got in there, there was a lot more plumbing issues than we had expected. So we have patched some things in order to get ourselves in this summer, which in essence saves us close to $30,000 by just being able to be in there. But that's not, as she said, that's not going to hold us forever because we've patched things and we need to really fix that inside right. The windows are also the other issue, which will be a big cost because of the type of windows that we'll need to put in there. But right now, none of our windows really open to the outside because of the nature and the age of the house. There is exits. We have made it safe and have that plan in place if something should happen this summer, which it won't. Hey. But, jinx myself. But going down the road, that is not beneficial to use it in the manner that we would like year round when those people start coming in for the conservatory and housing our instructors and stuff like that. So some of that maintenance stuff is crucial to us in the money perspective because we don't have that funding in a bank somewhere right now that we can pull. Strictly everything that we're bringing in is being turned around and going out to be able to put on the summer season, put on these conservatory programs, put on the holiday show. So we're really operating at a very low cash flow right now, and because we're turning it back out to be able to have the wagon wheel open and operating. Over the last year, last 2 years, we've spent close to $65,000, $70,000 without really being able to use White Hill in putting people up in hotels, renting leases, apartments, which it's really hard to get a 3-month lease in this town or any town. And so with that, we're doing 6-month leases just to house people for 14 weeks. So that starts to add up, and when you start to look at that, that's money that we could be putting back in if we didn't have to put it out. But we need those to house the people who stand on our stage and perform for everybody and bring in that revenue. So that's kind of where we're at with that finance piece.
So in this, it says that it'll house 15 members, right? What's the cost? Do you know the cost of how, if you don't house them there, what the cost would be to house them per member somewhere else?
It would be roughly, I think this year, well, it went up. So I would say 45 is what we budgeted if we did not have White Hill.
Per member?
Or, sorry, for all 13 of them to go. Yeah.
How many shows do you do per year? The drawing.
We do
visitors.
6 summer, as part of our summer season, which kicks off June 1st, by the way. Get your tickets. And we do a holiday show in December. And then throughout the time, we also have instructors coming in. We do camps and classes and workshops all year round where we bring instructors in from outside of our community to teach the kids and adult classes.
Do you have an itemized breakdown
Of the
on the
cost,
budget?
I
On
do,
the 232?
I do not have it here. Thomas
Yeah,
Thomas
was
has
one of the-
that.
Yeah, he has that. So he can send that with because now they're able to break down where such as, where this amount is going, how they're going forward in phase 2. So that's what he's going to send. That's what he wanted to get into the
Sure.
both.
I really think we need something like that in order
Yeah.
to make a good decision. Because quite honestly, look at what we're going to talk about our budget for next year. Our total budget for grants is 300 and some thousand a year at the most. And you put it all in one spot. I mean, obviously we want to help. We have.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
we've got to help everybody, not just one organization. So
Right.
So seeing where those funds are going to go, and I would also suggest, I know Thomas very well, I know the company very well, and we got other proposals from anyone else, or is it because you've got the relationship with them, it's easier to directly work with them than to
So-
go get other?
So going back to last year, how we started, we opened up, we had bids. We went to the Builders Association, we pitched, the White Hill Project and we ended up having 3 companies that came forth, and Milestone being one of them. And they ended up working out. And so in that proposal to them, we told them that we didn't want an in and out project, that we really wanted a company that was going to partner with us because we knew that this was going to be a long-term project and that their hearts had to be in it. So it just wasn't come and pay for this and, throw out, but really making that. So that's why Milestone, we're back with Milestone again. So that way our board, because we have a task force that goes with this, didn't have to go back and rebid and all that, because as you all know, construction right now is crazy. So having Milestone at the table and having this continuation, it saves on time and it works for us. So that's how we got here. Yep.
That's our
You'll have
responsibility.
to forgive me, I wasn't here for the first time. Did you get money for the first phase 1?
We did.
How much, do you remember how much that was?
81,000.
So does Milestone then have a yearly cost for yearly maintenance, what that's going to be moving
That's going
forward?
to be in the maintenance plan, moving forward, what that cost is going to be. That's the next map out, after they go in and they finish the phase 2.
Right, because when I'm looking at this, the amount of money, if we were to give all this and grant all this, the amount of money compared to the amount of money that comes in and what it costs per member, is it worth to keep putting money into something like this when it's, essentially, it's going to be a negative as far as the balance for that. So what is that yearly maintenance? And to me, that's, kind of knowing more the numbers and more details, I think is important.
Yeah, I think giving you all, when he breaks down what that phase 2, what each thing, and then you all are able to choose like, hey, we can do this part. Yes.
I think that would make sense.
Yeah, it would to me too,
come
because
back with
we're
a
definitely not
detail.
opposed to contributing. But I think when we look at our budget, what we have, and we see that figure, that's,
So when's
our next meeting is in August.
In August.
So come
No.
on back.
Oh, you know I will.
July.
It's July. It's
March.
July.
It's July.
July.
Yeah.
Every 2 months.
July.
If nobody calls out and go on vacation this time, so that means everybody has to show up.
We have to have a quorum.
We'll be
That's
here. Look
right,
at
that's
this.
right.
We should be so proud.
Yeah.
Look, all of us are present. I know. We've been
You got
going 1, 2,
everybody
3. Oh,
today.
we need the 4th.
So what I will do is, once he gets back, I will have him to have that breakdown for you all along with pictures. And I do invite you all to come to White Hill. We need to set that up. Where you all can have a tour of our facilities. Because it's one thing to see, yeah, the pictures are great, but it's a whole nother thing when you're actually in it to really see the behind the scene. I say seeing wagon wheel in the raw.
Hold on now.
What are you doing with the theater itself? Because you had this capital improvement drive a few years ago to raise money to remodel the theater. Seems like you focus now to the house. So what's going on with the theater?
The theater, that's being worked on too, and askers are being asked about that to move that project forward. Now you bringing in a whole nother project. Y'all want to fund that one too? I didn't put that one. I didn't put that one in there. I just had y'all on White Hill, but I can add.
We just need another women's restroom. That's.
Absolutely, absolutely, it's coming. I will say this, another, proposal has been made out for the theater, with Milestone and with the breakdown of fixing the theater. So it is high priority on our, agenda right now for that as well. As well as 2517, finishing our conservatory, as well. I just didn't bring that to you all, but I would be gladly to send that proposal over. If you all just want to look at those breakdowns and choose from there, you are more than welcome, but no, I wanted to keep you all. But no, I did bring the theater piece because you all already invested into, it makes sense, to continue on with the project that you all, started. And also, not being selfish, to utilize other funders as well, to alleviate, where the focus is like, man, we did this, where we are able to complete, and say that this is completed, that this, actually worked. So that's why you haven't seen me talk about the theater here.
How was the attendance at the theater? Just kind of snooping around on the financials, and it seemed like 2018, you guys are doing well, and the pandemic hit, and it was like a third of your revenue dropped.
Right.
Is that the same for they didn't have 2020 didn't have anything on that for that, but is it the same for that year? Just so you're starting to progress
right
in attendance, things like
right.
that?
Attendance has picked back up. Everybody's back into the, the swing of, theater again, excited about going out and attending and, excited about our conservatory. It's happening again. So that's the up, but right now what we're faced with is inflation that's happening. Little Mermaid, where we're starting, we did that show 7 years ago. And I mean, the cost for that went up with like $40,000, inflation. And also we're competing at the great state of New York. I mean, Broadway right now is not the hot stuff Wagon Wheel is. And I say that because I can say that because I live there. And right now they're down. And I say why they're down, we have the opportunity to be up because all eyes are on the accessibility of rural communities right now. And they deserve accessibility. They should not, students like Issa should not have to go to New York to have an opportunity to have professional theater when she can do it right here in her hometown. She's a Warsaw girl, but she goes to Butler, but she's able to come back and invest. Right now she's being trained in arts administration because one day she's going to be the executive director of Wagon Wheel. And that's the circle of life of what's happening. And that's why as I'm in Indianapolis all the time, and I'm saying that on a state level, that Kosciuszko County has something to say. We are here, and we're here by choice, and we're growing, and we have a community that invests. I tell this story all the time about what you all are doing, and there are other communities like, oh my gosh, my county, they're not doing that. They're not even thinking about that. But they're not thinking about the whole economics of everything. So the more the conservatory gets its facilities, and we get these facilities, the more people will choose Kosciuszko by choice because they have the quality of life. They have that option. So it's no-brainer to leave New York and come here. I get that question all the time. Why did you leave New York to come to little old Warsaw? You don't understand the gem that you have. This is amazing. And seasoned industry leaders like myself, we're looking for places like this. I'm looking for a place where my son has a yard, has a lake to go and play at, a community that embraces and loves him. Sadly, that's what COVID brought out, even though these issues were already here, but COVID exposed it even more, the importance of quality of life in rural communities. I would have never thought about living in a rural community. I told my board when they hired me, I was like, no, in my 20s, I probably wouldn't have came to Warsaw, but everybody has a season, and my season is now here in Kosciuszko. you know, and that's why that Kosciuszko by, I need to get a t-shirt made that says that. Kosciuszko by choice. It's a true thing. It's not just this cliche thing. I'm telling you this. Like, I have no family here. This, you know, Indiana was nowhere on my radar, but choosing here is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And it's a huge part of my season, and I am grateful. And I'm grateful that I'm in a community that supports the arts like you all do, and that you're willing to make it happen. And partners like Milestone having that, I mean, this is a gem. And I think, you know, as a community, we don't need to take it for granted. So I'm not going to hold up your time.
Back on your ticket question, just to give you this,
Yeah.
I did pull some data this morning, which your sheets that you received last week, it's a little off because we've got ticket sales.
See, this is why you bring your money person with you all the time.
But as of this fiscal year, which started in October for us, we have sold 31,614 tickets across all of our events, and that includes what's coming up for the summer, outside of Kosciuszko County. That does not include Kosciuszko County. So, and that's across 37 states. I know in your folders it says 31. We've added 6 states since we pulled that last data. That's the kind of stuff that's happening. And this is, I mean, literally from Alabama to West Virginia to California to New York, from New York, all over. So we're bringing people into this community, and I think that's what's important for people to see.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we will see you in July.
Yes, you will
with some
see us
numbers.
in July
Okay.
with that breakdown, and Thomas will be here, and you know, you'll have the whole shebang shaboom. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
time. Thank you so much. Okay, Syracuse Wawasee Rotary. We have the Tour de Lakes 2023.
Hi there. My
Hi.
name is Matthew Beauchard, and I am a proud Rotarian and part of the Tour de Lakes, going on my 7th year. And I want to start off by thanking as well, you guys have supported us in the past. We are asking for a grant to help us with our marketing as we have in previous years. With COVID, we took a break off of our ride for that 1 year, but we started up and we've continued to grow year after year. When I first started, we had about 150 riders and we were like gung-ho. Last year, we had 438 riders come into our community, and they come from all over. We've had mostly Midwest, but we've had some Pennsylvania in the past and outside. So we're looking to expand our marketing. So last year we bought bicycle shop lists and mailed postcards to those bicycle shops. This year we're continuing the mailing, but we don't have to purchase a list because we have them. So what we are doing is looking at expanding our marketing in the Fort Wayne area, just to try to get more people from Allen County and the surrounding areas there. So we have upped our ads in the Journal Gazette. Their Sunday issue focused on lakes. Their May issue is focusing on Wawasee, so we are putting an ad for our bike ride there. And then the June issue, it's the month before our ride in July 15th. So the June issue is focused on Lake James, but we figured we'll put our ad in there as well. The ad consists of what, basically where the ride starts, what type of tracks we have. So we have our 30, our 55, and our 100K. And then it has a QR code that directly leads us to our website that shows all the maps, shows accommodations for all our hotel partners, which this year we've done a really great job at reaching out to hotel partners. We have 4 in Warsaw that have helped partner with us, and then Brook Point in Syracuse itself that's giving us a discount for riders. Previous years, I think we've had one, I think Brook Point and Oakwood have helped us, and of the 10 rooms that Brook Point gave us last year, I think 8 were booked up, but this year we've expanded it and we've used our Facebook advertisement to focus on the hotel accommodations to help bring people to stay here. I've requested from the hotels that they reserve blocks of rooms for 2 nights to kind of encourage people to stay an extra night after the ride or before the ride, come in early because we do start at a 7 a.m. start time. But we're looking to continue to expand our reach with our marketing, and that's our plan this year. And that's why we have a little uptick in dollars, but not too much. We're just doing more with what we've already got. So,
Seems very targeted too,
Yeah.
like that.
yeah.
It's always a great event. I mean, I live up in that area and
Yeah.
people love it, and there's a lot of people, I don't have any questions,
Yeah,
but.
I enjoy that it's a good showcase of the whole county, because it starts in Syracuse,
It
goes
does.
through North Webster, Leesburg, and comes down to Winona Lake and Warsaw. Also, we have partnered, this is not just a Rotary Foundation thing. We have partnered with the Kiwanis of Syracuse, the Women of Today, the Founders Club, I believe, and they're going to run our SAGs for us. So they're going to meet service clubs in our community and get outreach there. The Syracuse Trails is also going to support us because they had previously been the leaders of this. But Syracuse Rotary Club actually started it as the Liberty Ride over 13 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So we're just bringing it back home because our Rotary Club has a big membership and we can really support the event. So,
I motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
all right, thank
All
you
right,
so much.
you're very welcome. Good luck with the event.
Thank you.
All right, we are ready for the update from the CVB.
Morning.
Good morning.
Happy, it's Wednesday. Oh my gosh. Where's my pen? I am providing our visitor guides, our new 2023. Yes. We're glad to have these. I hope we've taken a peek through them all and shared thoughts coming out of this piece. The cover is featuring river adventures, showing a different type of water and connectivity for there's some really great articles and different destinations in there. We're really happy for it. So please provide any feedback. We're already starting production and thoughts for 2024. Isn't that crazy to believe? So any thoughts? I hope you enjoy it. We'll be getting all of those out to our area, throughout the county and throughout the state. Right now, occupancy. I have our occupancy reports too. I know that was Kathleen, but for everyone else, this is just our STAR reports for those that collectively, which are our.
I have it.
You
Want it?
may need a magnifying glass. I didn't realize. I'm not sure if you guys would prefer. Would you like me to provide that in my packet I provide prior to our meeting?
You can, so
Would that be
the
easier?
others can-
Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of handing out. I know the occupancy is slightly trending down for
Yes.
March, but we're hoping to make that up in the summer season as we come about. So how are you both feeling about, okay, gotcha.
We're hanging in there.
We're hanging in there, okay. So we'll do our best to continue to do our marketing and get those
It's a good
visitors
thing,
here.
I think, for the occupancy tax, and we're seeing the increases in that because there are more of us.
Yes.
Not because each one individually is doing better.
Yes, there
As
is
a
more of
unit,
us.
there is more, yes.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. I wanted to, of course, remind the group and any grants here that we are still collecting data and reports for our events sports calculators. So if there's an event that you're with or you're part of, we're still collecting that data. So those events, Fat and Skinny's coming up, anything with Wagon Wheel, any events that you want to show economic impact for, provide those numbers. We'll get that data back to you so you can see what your investment from the Tourism Commission is providing back to the community. So we're still collecting those events and sports. CCAC is always great about providing that information for their things as well as Lake City Skiers for sports. So wanted to, of course, remind that we're still doing that. We are doing our 2022 Economic Impact Report for Kosciuszko County tourism as a whole. Surveys have been mailed multiple times. I know it's a little older way of doing things, but several of you may have received some of those. So we hope to have that report in full this fall to share with the group of how effective 2022 tourism was for all of us.
We will be hosting our second quarter hoteliers meeting next Thursday on the 18th. Just a gathering of all our hotels. How are things going for them? What can we help them with? Anything that we can share, or you can share anything you want to get out, ask questions. It's just an opportunity to network and connect. So we'll be hosting our second quarter of that. And again, our visitor guides are here. We're so happy that they're here. We're really proud of it. We printed 50,000 as we normally do. We got, not to get rid of, but we had no more 2022 pieces left, and it's also digital, and that is doing really well as well. So we like having a double component of the digital guide and the physical guide. I wanted to share that we were awarded the Public Art Activation Grant to paint that mural I shared back in the Visitor Center. So they were kindly provided us about $7,200 to paint a mural on the east wall in the Visitor Center. So we did the brochure racks that were there, we donated to businesses that needed them. We just provided in spaces along the others and put all that information elsewhere. So we do have a local artist that will be painting that. Hopefully it will be completed by June. So we will happy to invite and share that with you soon. So that some other great things happening in the Visitor Center. And we are continuing our video series in partnership with Dream On Studios. They have done a fantastic job producing visitor-related content for us to be able to share on that digital platform. If you have an opportunity, you can visit our website or visit our YouTube page. Please take a moment and view those. We are very proud of them, and they've really taken our vision to the next level, showcasing why Kosciuszko is such a great place to live, work, and play. We are continuing our Band Wango passports. They're going really well. Our biggest check-in location for one of the passports is our public art trail. Is our top checked-in passport so far. So we're pretty encouraged by that because we understand arts in the community lead tourism. So we want to be able to share that. So we're glad to hear that. And we've had we've had many redemptions and prizes actually redeemed for our visitors and residents alone. And we also have those brochures in English and Spanish. So we are trending some of our supplementary brochures into Spanish as well. We're looking into seeing if we can do that with our visitor guide, having it digitally and having just a few of the physical pieces in Spanish depending on cost. But we're hoping to be able to provide that accessibility for that. And it's National Tourism Week. Happy National Tourism Week, Tourism Commission. It's their 40th annual National Tourism Week, and we're celebrating it this week. Just to showcase, back last time we did our Tourism Impact Report, it was over $200 million visitors spent in Kosciuszko County, and that was several years ago. So it is a thriving community and thriving economic impact for us. So we're also doing a giveaway with our Engage Passport. So if we're encouraging visitors to sign up, visit a location, we're providing the location. If they check in, then we are putting them into a pool and providing Kosciuszko County Chamber cash to those winners. So that's just another way it's going out. Those membership dollars are going out and being spent locally. And you can, if you haven't signed up, it's visit kosciuszkocounty.org/engage. And I know kindly shared Kosciuszko County by choice. I just wanted to do a little bit of a celebration. Our team member, Laura Rothar, is our marketing communications manager. She was in Kosciuszko County Leadership Academy, and with her team, they did a Kosciuszko by Choice was their white paper project. And this was a series that was showcasing our friends like Lakeisha of why Kosciuszko is a great place to live, work, and play, and why they chose to be here and celebrate that. So it's a great series of videos that we do have on our website that we did through the Clear Kosciuszko campaign, and we're very proud that they won the, is it the Northern, oh my gosh, I can't say, the Northern, they won their award, they won the project. And what about 18, I'm the worst, excuse me, press, please don't put that in anyway. I can't speak, but they won $1,800 grant to continue marketing that and continuing to show why we encourage people to live, work, and play here. So we're really proud of that. And yes, we probably should get some t-shirts that say that. Yeah, would you like? No, you're fine.
I'm down there saying Kosciuszko by choice, and they're like, oh, in Indiana, Kosciuszko,
There you
so
go.
it's becoming a whole
Yes, we're really proud. So there was a team of 4 that were part of that, and Laura was just one of them. So we're really proud of what they were able to accomplish and continue to do. And we're continuing our management of the Clear Kosciuszko. We're looking to the future of that, moving that forward. We're hoping we'll share some new things with you further down the line this year, but we're very excited for it. And I didn't know if you had any questions. Jennifer is here. I forgot to introduce our treasurer. If you got any questions about our financial reports, we're happy to answer. But that was a quick, sorry to take up time, but quick little CVB update for you. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have the approval of the March 8th minutes.
Motion to approve.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes are approved. Okay, and then the review of the financials, grant worksheets, and innkeeper's remittance.
I think you received financial information in your packet. We're hanging in there from last year about the same. Year-to-date, 178,000, last year 186, so it's about the same. The rest of the home share stack is 15,169. This year, last year, 13,173, so it's pretty close.
Consistent.
Looks like our collections are pretty well up to date. One hotel, Ronda Island, are they up to date? Well, there's one hotel that was behind. Okay, so the rest of them are pretty good shape. I still got a question on Grace College, or the Lakes and Streams. Still showing them as not applying for the. Yes.
Yeah, I reached out to them, Matt.
So the year passed.
Yeah, that's, should be white.
gotta
It should
wipe
be
that.
the
Do you
next
know something?
year. I don't think that's what
No,
that
I don't
That's
believe
not
that's
what that
was.
is
No.
it?
I don't
No,
think that was what
No,
it
this
was.
is part of their operating expense.
Yeah.
it's separate.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
And that festival they have each year. So
The
that-
Lakes Festival.
The Lakes thing, which I don't believe they had last year.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, that'll be off the table because it's like the following year. If it was approved in 21, it should have been paid out
So
in
it should be off the
22.
table.
Yeah,
By
it shouldn't
22,
be
now
given.
it's
So
23.
what do we do to get it off the table?
We just, I mean, it's no longer.
So it won't be showing here.
They
Make a
request money,
motion.
We deny it because it's not.
We need to make a motion
Do we?
to remove it.
To remove it.
Yeah.
I move.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor to remove? Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
All right, motion to remove it.
Okay, anything else on finances?
We have
Make
our,
a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, approved. Next, we're at the 2023 budget review.
I know, sorry.
Okay.
So, John, do you want to?
No, you're the budget czar.
I'm the budget czar.
He's the
Well, I'm
numbers
guy that makes the
man.
spreadsheet, I guess.
He's the
So,
spreadsheet guy.
So a little historical context, it's always been, every year, how much are we going to do for this, that, or the other thing? How are we going to plan for future? So we've met through the last few years, CBB members, us, off topic, just trying to come up with what's, so that they can plan their lives. How much of
Our
our
contribution.
funding are
Right.
they going to receive? And we kind of settled whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. And I've got a spreadsheet that I passed out here
For
to
percentages.
all the members. It kind of shows historical context. Roughly, we agreed around 60% of our budget would fund the CBD. That's what we're shooting for, is about 60%, when I shouldn't say budget, of the receipts.
Right.
We had the COVID years where we worried about, Lord, are we even going to exist?
Right.
And we actually did fairly well during that time period. So, what we've got here and what John and I have met and talked offline, just trying to put numbers here, making the budget process reasonably simple. We're not going to itemize, but we have 4 categories: the CVB, grants, admin, and then I guess like 3 categories really total, what are we gonna spend?
Right.
So CVB roughly 60%, grants, we're trying to do then 40%, round numbers. So with that being said, you know, I put a historical average together and the proposal that we've come up with, and we, you know, I've reviewed, John and I and Kathy looked at this back in April. I mean, we haven't really done a whole lot of work since then. The CVB put their budget together. We took that into account. They sent that to us so that we can consider, which is all part of the process now. It's tough because we have to go now for next year. How do we know what's going to happen?
You're estimating projections.
We've always tried to make sure that we're going to have resources left to where we can fund the CVB if we went to zero. Well, we think that COVID is probably the worst we would ever see as far as receipts go. And we still
We're
added
able to do
dollars
so.
into the pool. So that being said, what our spreadsheet has put together is the 24 proposed budget for the CVB is about 510,000. Admin, about 15,000, and then for grants, 360,000. So our total budget 885. So this year our total budget was 785. I mean, it's on the spreadsheet. Next year 885, and that kind of goes in line with receipts.
What we're seeing.
What we receive in a year. So we're basically treading water. We want to grant the funds that we take in, not just continue to build a bank,
Right.
but we need to keep a safe number to where if things go down,
We could at
we can
least
still
fund
fund
the CVB.
a lot of the programs, CVB
Right.
and other grants. So that's what the total number is. Now, if you look at, if you do percentages, so maybe the CVB's number's a little bit less than 60%. I think it's 57.7.
About 58.
That would be 510. They actually requested 515 on their budget. Doesn't mean, you know, hey, we have to approve everything, but as Jennifer's told us, hey, we're going to ask. Why wouldn't we ask? So that's where these numbers came from. That's the historical context of what we dealt with, and that's what we're trying to do going forward. So with that, I guess, you know, if we want to talk about specific categories, specific numbers, I know for me, you know, I represent this commission on the CCAC, and for numerous years, we had been kind of stuck at funding at about 40,000, 20,000 per quarter.
Oh, it was 5?
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
it was
like
less
10,
than
yeah,
that.
it was less than 10.
Significantly less. We bumped it last year to 80,000.
For the year.
So per year. So in this budget, I would like to increase that, knowing the financials of the CCAC as I do and seeing where they're at, trying to get that facility back to where it needs to be, because there's a lot of deferred maintenance. They've got emergencies happening. You know, toilets don't work on a tournament. That's kind of a bad
That's a
thing.
big deal.
On a good bad scale, that's closer to the bad than the good. So in this proposed grant budget, the CCAC money comes out of that. While it is a larger number, I don't think it's outrageously large. I would like to see our funding for the CCAC increase from that 80 to 100 per year.
It's 5,000 more per
Trying to
quarter.
be incremental. And again, I've been represented this board for, I think, 4 years on the CCAC. I was there and I've seen the financials of COVID ravage that facility as far as things took place. There's a lot of deferred maintenance there. Doesn't mean they're not going to come back to us for specific programs, but they're purely operational. You know,
Just
we're
to be
just
able
now
to
to where their
succeed.
heads above the water. They're not borrowing to meet payroll, for
Right.
lack of better terminology. So that's what I would like to have. Part of this process in that number, and that 360 is 100 basically for the CCAC, which would leave us 260 grant for other programs and things that are out there. But I at least wanted to get that off my chest, because I
Right.
think we let it languish too long without
We
increasing
did.
those numbers.
Yeah, I think it was a lack of communication
Yeah.
with prior management for that facility. We really didn't know the shape it was in until it was
Yeah.
hitting you in the face. And we definitely don't want to lose the tournaments that come in, even though the frustration of the teams hits the hotels. That is a huge piece of our business from April till October on Friday, Saturday nights. And it's not something we want them going elsewhere because the facility is in such shape that we haven't taken care of it the way that we should have.
And I don't know what the city of Warsaw's gonna do, because they're looking at their non-for-profits, and they may not be funding.
I don't think they're going,
The number we
we're
get from
seeing
the
a
city
shake
is
the
not-
head.
They're not.
21,000, I think, Mike, is
That's
that
what I'm
correct?
saying, so he's losing that funding on
21,000.
top of that. So really, we're only putting in, he's still 1,000 deficit
So,
for what he,
I mean, that was built into this number. It doesn't mean we couldn't do additional if we chose to. And I don't want our full budget to be.
no, there's
just the
several
CCAC,
venues that when you
but
look
I
at,
just at least want
yeah,
to get that out.
that's
So
a
that
big
everybody was
draw.
aware that, you know, we've got a need in that area. And Mike will do whatever paperwork's necessary to
Right.
do that, but I want to at least.
I mean, we
plant
have the
seed
huge
for
draw
that
from
at this
them, we
point.
have from the Lake City Skiers, we have from the Wagon Wheel. There's several pointed that aren't little ticket items that really do produce for that occupancy tax, kind of like the wheel, where the more you get, the more you can give the occupancy money in the community and in the county.
So as far as the budget process goes, Rhonda needs to we need to approve a number and then our categories, and then Rhonda will take it from there to the state. And the reason we have to be so early is so that they can approve to where the funds are available in January.
Correct.
If we didn't do it now, which
Then
is
we
we were
wouldn't
always
have.
behind the 8 ball, I think 3 years ago or 4 years ago, we got it straight to where at least we're on track to where funding is available
Correct.
in January. We're not going back and asking for, hey, we need an extension.
Right.
So I guess the proposed budget that I'll put on the table, and if we can get a motion for that, is 510 for the CBD, 360,000 for grants, 15,000 for administration, for a total of 885,000. That's the proposed budget for next year. So we need a motion.
I move we approve that budget.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, looks like we have,
Ron, I'll give you a copy of this if you want. I mean, if you've got the
we
numbers,
have
that's
something for
fine.
you to take to the state.
I
Okay?
have in my packet here.
All right, anything further that you would like to discuss amongst the commission? Is there anything?
Mike, do you want to?
Do you want to
mention
kind of
what's
update
going
us
on?
a little? That'd be great. And we, by the way, we also appreciate you coming. Even your predecessor came when he needed something, and it was behind an 8 ball. You come just to be a part of the community and find out what's going on in the community, not just, I need your help.
Correct. Yep.
So I
I
appreciate
wasn't
that.
planning on speaking. I just came, like you said, to support, kind of keeping an ear and eye out what's going on around the county. Also heard it was someone's birthday, so didn't want to come for that. But no, as far as the park, we did open up the weekend after Easter, full-fledged outdoor activities. KCSL soccer youth program is right around 400 kids this year. That grew about 60 or 70 kids from last year.
That's great.
We did partner with Warsaw Little League. We did create a new girls youth fast pitch league that'll be hosted at CCAC. We also partnered with Seth Bradford, one of our board members. We also created a 13U boys baseball league that'll be at the park now. We do have the adult softball, church league softball during the week. So basically what I'm getting at is our park is full now Monday through Friday. Weekends is our driving force, obviously. We've had 2 youth tournaments where we've brought in over 100 teams so far. But during the week, and getting community events and programs going, contrary, I want to say this nicely, contrary to what the city thinks, we do contribute to the city and provide. So that's important for us to have weekly events at our park as well. Touching on what Mark spoke of, we did on our first weekend run into some plumbing issues, old, outdated. We had an emergency $4,000 to $5,000 repair work needed done. We got it done, paid for it ourselves. Did not have to dip into line of credit. So I'm proud to say that
That's awesome.
we are starting to stand on our own 2 feet a little bit. Obviously, your help gets us there, but we are trying to become more self-funded and do our part. So that's important to me. We are getting fully staffed finally. Did hire a maintenance supervisor finally. We have an intern from IU Bloomington that just started. We do gain a Grace intern again in 10 days. So we'll be about 6 people staffed, which last year we went through 3 people and made it through the year. So having
wow.
6 is huge.
It is huge.
So we'll be able to get a lot done. So I thank you guys, obviously, for all the help you do. Today's request was new to me. I wasn't expecting the extra funding, so that's much appreciated. And we will definitely do our part to keep Kosciuszko County and Warsaw City in our mission to provide for everybody and anyone. So we're thankful. I appreciate it.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate the update, Mike. Motion to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we'll see everybody on the 12th of July.
How you doing?
I wing it.
I do. Super exciting. Flashback out.
Jackie?